All right, we're live. So we're gonna wait a couple of seconds to make sure people can be connected to the live, and then we're gonna get started. Pretty exciting. This is the second live I create in this group, and this one is going to be about the two secrets on that you need to know if you want to generate unlimited seller leads in this market, despite the crazy interest rates that we're seeing right now. And even if like you're in a low inventory market. So we'll just wait a couple more seconds for people to be connected. I see we got two people logged in right now. Cool. All right, so we'll get started anyways because the live was at 12 and it is now 12:04. So let's get rock and rolling. So, essentially, what you guys need to realize is that even if the market shifts, it's always the same kind of principles that you need to use in your advertising and in your marketing, right? And there's always two sales that need to happen if you want to have listings or in any industry. This applies to any kind of sales, right? High ticket sales, e-commerce sales, anything. So the first sell, which is the first secret, is you need to sell the opportunity of selling right now and putting their home on the market right now. The reason why, if you're struggling to get listings right now and you're mostly relying on referrals and SOI to get your new business, the reason why you're affected by the low inventory or the crazy interest rates is because you don't have a strategy that is attracting people coming to you and then convincing them that right now is the right time to do so. And the key here is you need to always adapt your marketing message. So what you put out in your ads and your advertising to fit the current market. That's the key, right? You obviously can't advertise, here's the best opportunity to sell right now, and then switch like what you're advertising in a couple months. So that will make sense in a couple of seconds. Just bear with me here. I'll walk you through how that works, right? So the two cells that you need is the first one, you need to convince the homeowner that right now is the best time to sell for them. And the second sell that needs to happen is you need to convince them that they should list with you. But the second sell, which is the second secret, they can't know you can't sell them on selling with you if they're not sold on selling right now first. So that's why it's sequential, and the hardest part in this two-step process is the first step, is selling them on why they should list their home right now. So this is why majority of this training will be focused on this part, okay? Because automatically, if you're the one convincing them about the opportunity of selling right now, then selling with you will be like a byproduct of this. So hope that makes sense. So let me give you an example. And the way you want to structure your ads, and that could be applied to anything. It could also work with cold calling, door knocking, YouTube ads, Facebook ads, sending out emails to your database or SMS. It works on anything. So I'm just giving you the principles of whenever you have a prospect that is a homeowner, you need to follow this process. I'm telling you, okay? No matter the platform. It could be mailers. I don't care. Like you could, do anything. So you should explain why right now is a superior time to sell, and then find the benefits of selling right now. Explain the benefits that they will get from the benefits. I'll explain here in a minute what that means and give you concrete examples. The consequences of not selling right now and the consequences of the consequences. Okay, so hope that makes sense. Let me tell you in a second, how you could do this. So an example of an ad would be, you could start with, if you're thinking about selling right now is the best thing you could do, is the best time you could do it, if you want to get the biggest bang for your buck, right? I'm talking about a benefit right now. Because then I explained why that is true. Interest rates are high and the inventory is low. Okay. Duh. Everybody knows. Meaning there's less homes on the market, so less competition. And the people that are still pulling the trigger, despite high interest rates, are actually motivated. They're serious. Think about relocations, divorces, inherited homes, right? So this is the benefit, okay, that I just explained to you. Here's the benefit of selling right now. You're going to get biggest bang for your buck and because XYZ reason. So it's really important that you explain why you're giving the benefit in the first place and why they're getting the benefit, okay? Now, if we continue, this will ensure you get only serious buyers reaching out to you, thus selling faster and for a bigger amount. So this is the benefit of the benefit, right? Now, you could also take it a step further and say, and because you're selling faster, you can go back to your normal, like to your day-to-day activities, or focus that, take that time and I don't know, like you just go on your vacation in Q4, right? Around the holidays or something like that, right? You want to explain like step by step, right? This will bring you this, meaning this, meaning this. Okay, make it really clear and simple to understand. Okay, even if it's obvious, you need to explicitly say this when you talk to people on the phone or through video. Now, if we continue with the consequences, here's what it is. Like, by the way, this is like, I would say this in like an ad, right? Let's say I was to record a YouTube ad, like this will be like step one. If you're thinking about selling right now, here's why right now is the best time you could do it. And then I would explain the benefits I just walked you through, and then I would go into consequences right now. So if you wait until beginning of the year, you'll compete with everyone else. Consequences. Interest rates might go up even more, and it'll take longer to sell, and you'll risk not getting full price, right? So this is the consequence of the consequence, right? The consequence is you're going to compete with everybody else. Okay, what does that mean specifically? Well, it'll take longer to sell, and you might not get full price, right? And then you'll regret not doing this beforehand, right? And then here it is again, even a step further. If you don't get full price, it'll be hard to go find your next dream home or enjoy all the equity you built over the years, right? So you see how like I'm making it super, super simple so that everybody can understand what that means to them and why they should do this right now. And now you got to sell Q4, right? Why is Q4, October, November, December, the best time of the year to put your home on the market? And obviously, you do this for every quarter, Q1, Q2, Q3 as well. But you adapt your message as as we progress in the year. I see a few more people connected. Awesome. Cool. Just comments down below. Tell me, where you're tuning in from. I'm just really curious. And let me know if the audio is good. So continuing, basically, after this, we want to also, how I would structure the rest of the ad would be, the best part is if you do this right, you can sell your home. And then I would talk about, for example, removing the risk, mitigating the risk, right? You could sell your home to only the condition that you find the perfect home afterwards, so you avoid being homeless or overpaying. Because at the end of the day, they'll still have fear of pulling their home on the market, and then because of the high interest rates, not being able to find something else after, or like, being screwed over because of this and regret their decision. So then try to think about ways to mitigate that risk as much as possible so that they can have maximum upside and minimal that downside. So then after that, you would do your pitch, your offer, whatever you want to offer them, whether that be like a free home evaluation as like the first step, a free consultation, offering them a free guide, walking them through exactly why right now is the best time to sell and how to go about it the right way, right? So notice how I didn't talk about myself or why they should list with me. I'm talking about why right now is the best time to sell, right? So it doesn't matter if they think you're awesome. You're not going to get the listing if they don't want to sell right now in this market. So the first step is you want to make sure they're really sold on doing it right now. And then you can focus on selling yourself, right? Now, other benefits you can use in your marketing to sell now, or when you're calling people, if you're door knocking right now, I mean, it might get cold, but just if you're talking to prospects in general. Holiday spirit, right? It's an emotional appeal. Like the holiday season can make your home feel more like cozy, inviting, it adds like an emotional appeal to potential buyers. That's a benefit right there. The decorations, it just makes the home a little bit easier to show as well, and make it like people can visualize themselves better in the home, right? Also, another benefit that not many people talk about is corporate relocations. Okay, so whenever big companies are like relocating their employees, they do this in the first quarter of the year. Okay, like January, February usually, and meaning that these people need to also relocate where they live, right? And the best time to do so is in Q4. Okay. So again, because they're relocating, these guys are motivated. So we're not really wasting time doing showings with people that are not really serious, right? And you could like get full price or potentially over asking price, right? Now, another benefit could be year-end bonuses. So obviously Q4, some buyers could like receive year-end bonuses that they can then use for down payments, right? Making them more financially ready to purchase. Another one is vacation home market, right? Buyers might be in town for the holidays. That like creates an audience of potential buyers right there. Okay. So think about your market specifically and your ideal homeowner. Like what is it exactly that would appeal to them specifically? And then just focus on these benefits, right? By the way, what questions do you guys have on this? Drop them down below because I'm going to walk you through a last point that's a little bit more advanced. And then after that, we'll wrap it up. So there's always a delay. Oh, what's up, Vaughn? Nice to see you. Cool. So let's dive into the advanced strategies. So I learned this from Todd Brown. So I just want to, give a shout out to him and not take credit for this. So whenever you pitch or you advertise, you always want to sell and talk about the benefits. 80% of what you're talking about should be the benefits, and only 20% should be like the features. Okay. Now, this might seem obvious, but most often than not, we're talking about features without realizing it, and we think the benefits we're telling them is a benefit when instead is actually a feature. And there are certain levels of benefits, right? There are 3 levels of benefits, like 3 different type of benefits that you want to communicate to your seller or even your buyer. Okay, let me give you the 3 benefits. The first one, which is like the most commonly used, is the functional benefit. For example, you're gonna save time, you're gonna sell faster, you're gonna get the biggest bang for your buck, or get top dollar for your home. This is the functional benefit, like the standard one, right? Then you have, if I can even pronounce it right, dimensionalized benefits. And you want to focus on this, okay? This is pretty much like giving the prospect a real world example of what the benefit will look like in their life, okay? So, I'll give you a couple examples after that. But like really quickly, it's like, for example, selling faster. You could say, instead of just saying you're going to sell faster, you should say a quick sell means that, fewer house showings and basically less intrusion into your day-to-day life, right? Now selling faster is like, it's a clearer image of how they're going to benefit from this, because like getting strangers, like, having to leave the home for the showings and all this, and like getting people to like, be looking around in their home is not really something that's obviously pleasant. Like they want to reduce this as much as possible. So if you can like explain it that way, it's much better than just selling you're going to sell faster, right? Another example for this is selling faster basically enables you to have more time to plan for your subsequent move, right? Your next, just you move your own move, right? Or basically continue to pursue your future plans. If you need to like relocate or adapt your new lifestyle afterwards, right? So now this is dimensionalized benefits. It's like actually concrete and they can see it. So the last type of benefits you also want to use when communicating to sellers as to the benefits of selling right now specifically are the emotional benefits. So you also want to focus on these kind of benefits, right? And this is basically pretty simple. It's like how they feel from the dimensionalized picture that you painted for them. Okay. So pretty straightforward. But for example, a dimensionalized benefit of getting more money for their home will be, let's say, you get more money for your home and you save time that you can then channel into like new opportunities, use to like travel or like just spend more time with your family on the holidays instead of like worrying about like the showings and all this. Thus making you feel better, or you have more peace of mind, right? Like describe the emotion they're going to feel from the actual dimensionalized benefit, if that makes sense, right? Another way could just be, if you get more money for your home, I mean, it just leaves you with more money to buy your next home afterward, right? So I hope that makes sense. If you guys have any questions regarding that part specifically, just send me a message or drop it down below in the comments. Can you speak about targeting in depth? Yeah, that's a great question. I'm going to cover this in a separate video, Vaughn, since this one was mainly about, how to get listings in this market specifically, despite the low inventory market and the crazy interest rates. Cool. So we'll wrap it up, guys. Thank you for joining. And then this recording will be in the group on Facebook. All right. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.